One day, a curious boy named João approached his father and asked, "Dad, what is the value of my life?" The father, a wise and experienced man, smiled and pondered for a moment. He then leaned over and, from an old wooden box, took out an unusual stone and handed it to his son. "Son," he said, "if you want to discover the value of your life, take this stone and go to the market. If someone asks the price, don't say anything, just raise 2 fingers." Intrigued by the task, João examined the stone closely. It appeared to be an ordinary stone, but his father seemed to attribute special significance to it. With a mix of curiosity and obedience, João put the stone in his bag and set off for the market. The market was bustling, with colourful stalls and a constant hum of voices and negotiations. João walked slowly, observing the merchants at work. Suddenly, an elderly woman with a smile on her face approached him. She seemed interested in everything she saw, carefully touching each item displayed. She came up to João and asked, "How much for this stone, boy?" pointing to the stone João was holding. Remembering his father's instructions, he didn't say a word, just raised 2 fingers. The lady's eyes widened and she smiled. $2? I'll take it, she said excitedly. João, surprised by the lady's interest, politely thanked her and ran back home. He arrived excited and told his father, "Dad, a lady at the market wanted to give me $2 for the stone." The father smiled knowingly. "Very well, son. Now, I want you to take this stone to the museum. If someone asks the price, again, don't say a word and raise 2 fingers." João, even more curious, took the stone and went to the museum. The old but beautiful building, with its marble columns and huge doors, housed numerous pieces of art and antiquities. João entered and walked through the halls, admiring the exhibits. After about 20 minutes, a middle-aged man, elegantly dressed, approached him. He seemed to be a curator, with a keen and perceptive eye. "Young man, how much is this stone?" asked the man, clearly interested. João, following his father's instructions, raised 2 fingers. The man smiled and said, $200? I'll take it. Once again, João was surprised. He thanked the man and ran back home. "Dad, a man at the museum wanted to buy the stone for $200, João exclaimed. The father, with an approving look, said, "All right, son. Now, the last place I want you to go is to a jewellery store. Take the stone there, and if someone asks the price, don't say a word. Just raise 2 fingers." Filled with anticipation, João ran to the jewellery store. Upon entering, he was dazzled by the beauty of the stones and jewels on display. The lights reflected off the shiny surfaces, creating a spectacle of colours. Behind the counter, an elderly man with a magnifying glass over his eye and delicate hands was examining a precious stone. As soon as the man saw the stone in João's hands, his eyes widened in surprise. He immediately ran over to the boy and exclaimed, "Oh my God, you have the stone I've been searching for my entire life. How much do you want for it?" João once again raised 2 fingers. The man said, $200,000? I'll take it. João, incredulous and full of joy, jumped with excitement and ran back home. "Dad, the man at the jewellery store wanted to give me $200,000 for the stone," he told him joyfully. The father smiled with satisfaction and said, "Now you see, my son, the value of your life. Life is about where you place yourself. You can be a $2 stone or a $200,000 stone. There are people who love you and to whom you are everything, and there are people who see you merely as a commodity. It's up to you to decide the value of your life." João sat with his father, reflecting deeply on the experience. The father explained, "People have different perceptions of the value of things, and this also applies to us as individuals. What matters is how we see ourselves and where we choose to be." Over time, João realized that the value of the stone hadn't changed. It was people's perceptions that varied. Similarly, he understood that his own worth lay in his ability to see and cultivate the best in himself, regardless of what others thought. João's story and the stone teach us that life is full of opportunities to discover our worth. It's a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. Each of us has the potential to be a $200,000 stone. We just need to find the right environment and the people who value us. So, the next time you question the value of your life, remember João's story and the stone. Look around you. Choose carefully where and with whom you want to be, and never underestimate the power of self-perception and resilience. Life is a journey, and each step can lead us to new heights, as long as we have the courage to seek our true worth. What is your reflection on this story? I ask you at this moment to leave a message of encouragement for those who feel they have no value in life. Share your thoughts based on this beautiful reflection and help more people regain their self-esteem and discover their true worth. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like so this story can reach more people who need this reflection. Until the next story.